Ubuntu is a cancer. I'm sorry, DistroTube. Sorry, everyone. I'm sorry to break it to you like this, but it really is. I think there's this big misconception that I hate Ubuntu, that I don't have fond memories of Ubuntu when I criticize it, but the simple fact of the matter, Ubuntu is an awful lot like Windows. Like, I think that a lot of people liked using Windows 98, Windows XP, even Windows 7. They have kind of a love-hate relationship with Windows. We hate it. We hate, how we're restricted when we use it. We hate the fact that there's a lack of choice, but we still have kind of an affinity for it. And I think the same could be said with Ubuntu. So this video actually is just in response to a video that was put out by DT, which basically was a response to a Utux video, but whatever. I disagree with the main premise, though. I really do. And so I'm going to talk about it. So I just want to say, when Ubuntu does something that's boneheaded, no matter what kind of love we have for Ubuntu, we got to call it out. Like, rooting your computer in order to be able to use snap packs is a bad idea. I don't care who's doing it. I don't care if Arch Linux suggested doing it. I would call it out. So basically, Utux puts out a video saying you can't de-Ubuntu a Ubuntu distro. You can't get rid of snap packs. You can't bypass snap packs. And I think that there is something to be said with what he was saying, which was that it's antithetical to the movement of Linux that gives you choice. DistroTube, on the other hand, comes at it from a different angle. He's like, why do you even care if you're not using Ubuntu? And I think that that's still kind of bad faith, to be honest. And I really appreciate DT most of the time. I agree with the one part of what he was saying, which is that Ubuntu is a great beginner distro for a lot of people. And if somebody says, hey, how do I get into Linux or something like this? I'm not sure that installing Ubuntu is a bad idea. In fact, I've done it several times. Somebody be like, I want to get into Linux. And I'll be like, give me your computer. I'll install Ubuntu. And even if it has the GNOME desktop, I don't care. I do think it's a good intro to Linux. It's fantastic, even with snapbacks, even with GNOME, even with all of this stuff. I think it's a great project. There is another concern that I have, and that concern is that they get the wrong idea about Linux. They're new users. They're losing their minds when their favorite CLI isn't in Rust. GNOME isn't available, which is symptomatic of a larger problem, which is corporate capture. We're literally being told what to like by Canonical and Red Hat and the like, and I could take this limp-wristed approach. I could just pretend that somebody cucked my balls and just be happy that other people are having fun. I could just not say anything like DT suggests. But the simple fact is there's this shove where they're shoving GNOME, Plasma, Wayland, Rust, all this stuff down our throats. It isn't like DT uses Wayland, but I do. But I don't like these pressure tactics at all. The thing I think that Derek doesn't get is when you can shut people up over innocuous things like preferences, as he would call them, I think, it gets really easy for people to shut up over really nefarious things. I mean, what happens when corporate capture gets even more egregious in the Linux and open source community? What happens? And the simple fact of the matter is the person I actually expect to stand up with his platform would probably be DT. He's got the swing to make a difference, maybe. Hey, what do y'all think about this corporate capture in the Linux world? Drop a comment. Give me some thoughts. So we got a couple of awesome people in our community. Russell, who's given me 50 cups. He's given me a couple super chats. He's also become a member. And also Scrub Ghost. You are the best. You guys are wonderful for all of your support. I'm truly humbled. You can become a member if you'd like. Just hit the join button, or you could donate a cup of Java or buy a t-shirt. You know the drill. Just stay awesome, guys. Peace.